Hello, hope you are happy, healthy, and safe. Today we are going to do another pick your card reading. We'll jump into the reading here right away and see what Spirit has to say to you today. Alright, so timestamps will be down below, so we'll go ahead and jump to your pile 1, 2, or 3, and we will begin. Alright, pile 1. What does the universe, your angels, guides, that sort of thing, want to say to you today? Let's see, please, Spirit, calling in your angels, your guides for the YouTube readers today. Alright, okay, for pile 1, let's see what we got here. Okay, so you have Knight of Air, then you have moving on the High Priestess, and then you have in your last placement you have renewal. So how I read this is, in your very recent past, we have you were sitting in the Knight of Air energy, you or someone around you. Okay, I do feel for most of you this is your energy. Basically you were determined, you had some pretty exciting ideas of how to move forward. You tried to put your intellect together to make these things work for you. You felt like you were very much in go, go, go mode. However, I do believe that there was a little bit of hesitation or self-doubt here, okay? And then in your current energies right now, I do feel that you are in this High Priestess energy. So you are in the following your intuitive stage. You're really tapping into the wisdom you have within yourself to achieve certain goals, just follow certain passions. I feel like there is an element here that Spirit is wanting to say that you do need to have patience for your manifestations and things to grow, to transpire. For some of you, I do feel this is toward a partnership of some sort. So this could be in business, this could be romance. We will dig deeper. So before we move on to your outcome here, okay, we will dig a little deeper. Okay, so let's use these guys. Okay, tell me more, please, Spirit, about their past. Knight of Air. Okay, in your past, I do believe you were craving friendship, you're craving fun, stability, structure in your friendships, but there's a little bit of element here that maybe perhaps you just, it feels like you weren't getting the you weren't getting the receptivity back. So these friendships, these connections, it feels like, if you can see, they're kind of on the, almost on the side of a cliff. Like, it feels like these partnerships and friendships and maybe relationships that were in your past, they weren't really on stable ground. Like, you were almost hanging off a cliff for some of you there. It does feel like for you, you maybe made a decision to move past certain relationships, partnerships, friendships, family dynamics, business partnerships. Take that how it resonates for you. But it feels like you decided to harness your own power and rise above these things. It does feel like, to me, for some of you, that you have a very magnetic energy to you. So people are very attracted to your energy. But I feel like for whoever I'm connecting with here, it feels like you are almost like a target. Like, yeah, because kind of, if you see this too, I don't know why I'm reading this card this way, but she's surrounded in a circle. She's kind of in the middle of it, if you can see that. And basically, this card, it reminds me of her being a bullseye. Like, a part of her is so magnetic, and so she draws people in. So remember, this is an energy. This could be you. You could be a male watching this. But I feel like this energy, your energy, draws people towards you. You're very magnetic. But the problem is that those energies aren't, they're attracting to you, but they're not necessarily giving back to you, I feel like. Okay, so moving on to your current energy, it does feel, and yes, you got the healing earth. It feels like you are recognizing certain patterns around you, and you are now overcoming these things. You are really tapping into your healing energies, your structures, and trying to create some sort of stability in your relationships, I feel like, or situations. There's an element here to planning. You're maybe planning more towards your future, planning your relationships better, recognizing who's on your side and who isn't on your side. Because I feel like before, you were just kind of accepting who is in your social circle. You were giving a lot of love, but you weren't getting a lot of love back. And I feel like you're now recognizing this. You're recognizing it as basically how you were maybe sacrificing yourself to unrequited loyalties, if that makes sense. You're recognizing those that appreciate you and those that do not appreciate you. And now you're overcoming this a little bit to create harmony within your life. Let's just get a few more here. Yeah, it feels very much like you have a lot of really brilliant ideas, maybe beliefs, things like that, but it feels like maybe you're in the process of just uncertainty. You want to change this uncertainty, so you're in the process of realigning what's important to you, creating more freedom for yourself, possibly traveling towards, yeah, just change in structure in general. Maybe changing your belief system, your perspective of how you were viewing situations in the past, because it almost feels like there was an element of you were trusting. It feels like you were trusting all these people were your friends when they were not, is how this is feeling to me, okay? Let's get some more. How you're feeling in this. Yeah, it really feels to me like you're in the process of taking your personal powers back. Because it feels like, I don't know, it feels like a lot of things came at you very, very quickly. And you're kind of like, why is this happening to me? Like, why can't I move past this? And so it really does feel like you're recognizing now who is part of your team and who wasn't part of your team. And you're really anchoring into creating something new for yourself, okay? Yeah, it does feel like you're trying to create a new chapter. So exactly what I'm saying. You are trying to move on and just find things that drive you, that create passion for you, that you really want to actually aim toward. So you're in the process of figuring out your goals. There is an element of something from your past that you feel like is irreplaceable. So this could be the family member, the friend, the relationship, the coworker, whatever it is, the job, whatever this situation is for you that you need to move past. It feels like there's an element within you that feels like sort of fear to move past it because it's irreplaceable. You're kind of stuck on that. But you're scared. Yeah, you're scared in self-sabotage. You're scared it's not the right move for you. You're scared this might affect other people. You're stuck in fear mode. And spirit really saying you need to move past fear mode. Yeah, you're stuck on guilt. You feel guilty for something. Yeah, and you want to free yourself from this, okay? You do feel a little bit broken. Like, why is this all happening? Why is it happening now? It feels a little bit like everybody's coming at you. And you're just like, you're just sitting there doing your own thing, and everybody just keeps coming at you, and you're like, what the heck? Why does this keep happening? And Spirit is saying there's a little bit of guilt there because you think this is all happening because of something you've done. But Spirit wants to say, get outside yourself. This isn't anything you've done. You're just self-sabotaging. Your new chapter is on its way to you. You're trying to move on with this new chapter, but everybody else, maybe that you have to let go of from your past, is recognizing this and trying to hold on. It's like you're trying to break these chains, these connections, these attachment, and to get to your new chapter, but it feels like they just keep coming. And it's almost like there's an element of them thinking you're irreplaceable as well. So there's this need, they don't want to let go. And I am feeling there is an element of guilt not only on your side, but on theirs as well. And a lot of the people that maybe you're dealing with are very broken. They're very hurt people. And hurt people hurt people. So, if you're hurt on both sides, then it's time to just move away, because just to keep this cycle of hurt is doing no one any good. So it's better just to move past it. And go from there, right? So, okay, so moving on though, if you let go of these attachments, realize that they're not, these things are just trying to hold you back. So these attachments, these people, these situations, these relationships are just trying to hold you. And this is a universal kind of test time that we're in, where we have to break certain cycles and we have to recognize what is no longer serving us. So what is not serving you anymore is these broken people, this feeling of you being broken, because you're not broken, you're perfectly fine. You are not broken. You need to move past the things that are making you feel broken, is what Spirit's trying to say, because that's really sabotaging yourself for your new chapter, okay? If you do that, you will move into the renewal phase of your life. So new things are coming in for you. And it comes after a lot of the self-realizations, the reflection, the self-evaluation, because I do feel like you have put in a lot of healing, and you're healing. You've done the work, you've put in the work. It feels, whoever I'm connecting to, you do feel a lot stronger in your energy. It feels like you have moved past a lot of this stuff in the past. But what's happening is there's a lot of people around you who are still broken, who are still in their guilt, and they're trying to suck you down with them. And Spirit is saying, you can't. You have to keep moving forward with your life. You cannot let those around you or the situations around you suck you down with them. You're at a turning point right now within your life, whether you can, basically climb up that mountain, or you can jump off the cliff with the rest of them. And Spirit is saying, it's time to climb up the mountain. It's time to move forward and get past the old blocks and get past generational cycles and things like that, and really come into balance with yourself and create new partnerships and make new choices and just create diversity within your life for the future. It does feel like also you are moving towards more chemistry within your relationships. You're gonna feel like inspired and joy, I feel like, from this. If you move past, if you just take those steps and have that courage to move past move past the things that are holding you back, or the people or the situations that are holding you back. All right, let's get some surrender cards for you, and then we'll get a message from the universe for you, and then we'll leave pile 1 there. Okay, so what does pile 1 need to surrender? Okay. Yeah, you need to surrender to trust. And I do feel like this is trust within yourself, because I feel like there's an element of mistrusting yourself because of people around you, because they're telling you, no, this is wrong. You need to do this, or you need to do that, or your belief is skewed. Where's the proof, of how you feel or what you've experienced? Like, it's almost like they're trying to make you feel like you can't trust yourself. And Spirit is really coming across saying you need to trust yourself and your decisions. Don't be swayed by other people's strong opinions about what you do. Exactly, right? So take action and be confident that you have chosen the right path. So really, Spirit wants you to surrender to trust, and trust yourself is very important at this time. And it will take you to places and heights that these other people just don't want you to reach for some reason. And it feels almost karmic. It feels generational. It feels like they really want to hold you back. And this is a test from the universe of whether you can move past this, or you're going to stay in the same cycles that you've been in for, it does feel like, a very long time. It feels like like energetically, there's things in the universe like moon phases and eclipses and cycles within that. It feels like last time you had a chance to get out of these cycles and things, but you didn't take it last time, and now this is your test to take it this time. Odd message, but that's kind of how it's coming up. I'm not into the astrological phases and things like that, but so you might want to explore that more on your own, but that's just what spirit is coming across right now, talking about. Okay, so let's get a message from the universe, and then we will leave pile 1 there. Okay, what is their message? Whoa. You got two messages from spirit. Okay, change is always good. Okay, so spirit doesn't want you to fear change, because I feel with this is the element of, if I do this, if I take a step forward, my life will change. And it really feels like you're in a comfort zone right now. It almost feels like you're comfortable with the people around you, even though they treat you badly. There's a element of comfort there because it's familiar. Yeah. And spirit is saying to leap forward, go turn around, go back up the mountain. Do not leap off the cliff to your demise. Yeah. And then they say, actually, the only effective way of changing another person is to change yourself. So, exactly. I mean, we can't change people, but we can change ourselves, and then maybe, it'll change them. And if it doesn't, move on, right? Yeah, I mean, Spirit is saying, like, you're perfect the way you are right now. But there's an element within you that needs to recognize that in order to have the courage to change. And there's certain maybe aspects or parts of you that need changing to move past these relationships that hold you back. Okay? And then it says, turn on your love light. Sometimes the best way to remain sane is to love like crazy, the universe. So just don't stop loving yourself. Don't stop loving. You can still love the people that hurt you. You just don't have to be necessarily around them, if that makes sense. But you can still wish the best for them. You can still love them and move on with your life and the changes you want to make that are good for you. Okay? All right, pile. Good reading, pile 1. Okay, we're going to move on to pile 2. All right, so just give me a moment to clean these cards, and then we will clear the energy and move on to pile 2. All right, clearing energies. Come with me, Bills. All right, so pile 2, what messages do you have for me today, for us today? Calling in your spirit guides and your angels to bring messages of love and light that you need to hear right now. And it's 2:12 on my clock right now, so maybe look up that number, 2:12. 2s are usually about unions, not unions, partnerships, really, balance, choices, reflecting on yourself. 1s are about new beginnings. They're about trusting your intuition. They're about leadership. They're about change. They're about courage and willpower, okay? And in. All right, so let's use this. Okay, what do you have for pile 2, please, Spirit? And pile 2 got 212. I do believe very much in synchronicity. All right, so pile 2. Okay, so. All right, so pile 2, you have your very recent past. You have the victory card, and this came upside down, so I'm gonna read it basically like there was something in your recent past that you feel like you were not victorious about. Maybe that brought an element of failure, or that's how you're feeling, okay? In your current position, you have the first chakra. Then your first chakra is your root chakra, and it deals with your foundations, your material wealth, your structures, your feeling safe, all those sorts of things, okay? And then you have the 35, which is I read it as your communication, your change. Also, it's about unions and expanding and advancement, and really taking a more of an enthusiastic approach to change, and to move forward. Unfortunately, it does feel like with this comes an element of uncertainty with this change, okay? But Spirit, here is what Spirit is saying here. We'll get some clarifiers. Okay, from your recent past, what do you need to know here? Oh. Okay, in your recent past, yeah, it feels like there was maybe a decision that was made. It feels like there was an element to deception and envy. Wisdom. It feels like somebody in the past didn't get correct information. It feels like they were deceived in some way, okay? This could be you or another person. And then the hope card came through. Yeah, with the beginnings, leadership, courage again. Something to do around the awareness, maybe insight that was, and this card came out in the reverse, so it means to me, and these two kind of flew out together, it means that there was something around you in your recent past, and you have the solitude that maybe came to an end for you and created you to be in this space of solitude. So this could mean that perhaps a relationship ended due to some sort of deception and envy. Maybe there was hope for more to come of the situation, but nothing came of it. This could also mean this could actually be a literal person named Hope, who brought some sort of deception and envy. um, around you. Okay, and this brought you into your into a solitude sort of state. I feel like a decision was made, and yeah, so either hope is a feeling or hope is an actual person. It just feels like there is some sort of deception around this. Okay. Moving into your current energy. Okay, so we have the waiting game. So again, you're waiting on something. You're waiting either on a choice or a partnership. You're waiting for balance. I just feel this element of waiting. You're waiting for something to grow, it feels like. And this could be around your material wealth, your structures, your safety. You're just waiting for these things to grow for you, okay? Let's see. Let's get some more clarity from here. Giving me more clarity for their current energy, please, Spirit. What are they waiting for? Exactly what are they waiting for? Okay. Yeah, so I am getting, with the 2, usually means partnership, okay? And it feels like, and you got Divine Masculine card, so there's an element here of you waiting around for some okay, just sorry, I'm just picking up on something. For some of you, okay, it feels like you're waiting around something to do around your material wealth, your safety. This feels like for some of you, this has to do around an organization, perhaps a partnership involving a masculine or a male who possibly could be the authoritative figure in this. It says electric, so there is a possibility here. This could be literal, so this could be a masculine who's an electrician. Just a side note here. There's something to do, so if that gives you a clue about who this might be, it feels like there's something to do around waiting for this person or controlled by this person. I don't know, they just feel like, it feels like they hold some sort of, if it's not actual power like electricity, then it feels like they hold power over you. Some sort of maybe energetic power, maybe control. It feels like it's to do around change, expansion, maybe advancement, something like that. This is very strange, but that's your current situation. Okay, let me get more. Maybe how are you feeling about this? if this is an actual person, how are you feeling? Or how are you feeling? Okay. You're feeling regret about something, okay? Or they are. Soul contract. Okay, just wait. And unexpected. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm picking up on someone. Okay, so okay, I am picking up on somebody who was waiting for their material wealth, they were giving too much power to their material wealth, to their structures, to something like that. They were waiting on that. It feels like a divine masculine that maybe there was a lot of energy maybe they felt towards a feminine. Perhaps this could be you. Okay, because this person and also this guy is looking back at what I think was your energy. Now I'm reading this a totally different way. Okay, so let's begin again for pile 2. Because now I'm reading, and this could be for another totally different group of you, or perhaps one of you. Okay. In the past, it felt like there should have been victory, unfortunately, and there was hope towards this. Unfortunately, there was some sort of deception and envy, perhaps by someone else. This drove you and or the other person to solitude. I feel this is you. They're looking at you. Okay. They feel there is some regret around perhaps how they handled the situation. Okay. They did feel like there was a soul contract. However, things didn't go the way they expected. Or this could be you. This could be your energy. Okay? What should you do? Please, Spirit, let me get some clarifiers on how maybe you should move forward with this in order to move. Okay. You have the caring connection. So it feels like there's an element here that you need to take the lead because maybe you've realized something that will bring new beginnings. But it feels like there's an element of willpower here in this situation that you're taking towards these new beginnings. It feels almost like you're you or the other person is holding back. Okay? And the 1 and the 4, I read that as a 5. So there needs to be some sort of change here. Even though there's uncertainty, it is creating inconsistency. Yeah. Okay, it does feel like either you or someone around you, yeah, because you're getting envy and deception and envy. And you're getting envy, so you're getting it in your past and your current. So it feels almost like there is an element of deception because of envy. So somebody around this connection is envious, and so they're creating an element of confusion, I feel like, in this partnership. They're creating opposition here. And Spirit says this is what you need to move past, this opposition. You need to move past this in order to get to your end goal, okay? And your end goal is the magician and the mirror. And that's change, that's communication, that's harmony, that's union, that's expansion and advancement. Birthing something new, enthusiasm about it. So in order to get there, you have to move past the envy. And if the envy, I'm feeling though that this envy is not on your part. It's on, it almost feels like a third party part. So this could be third party, meaning someone around you could be putting these doubts in your mind, or it could be third party as in the doubts in your mind as the third party. So ego, things like that. Or it could literally be an actual physical person that is putting doubts in your mind, or people, okay, or situations that are putting doubts in your mind, okay? But you have, in order to move past that, you need to overcome this envy. So whether it is overcoming doubts within your own mind or overcoming doubts of others, either way, it's overcoming that to get to here. Okay, what do you need to surrender? All right, what does pile 2 need to surrender that will help them? Please, Spirit. Okay, you need to surrender to divine timing. So I do feel like, yeah, like it says sometimes divine timing may differ from your ego's timing. If a goal isn't manifesting fast enough according to your ego, be patient and trust the universal flow. So reading it this way, I do feel that perhaps the deception and envy is all in your mind, and maybe you just need to be more patient with yourself. For others of you, if the deception and envy is around you, if it's actual people or situations that are creating this, and then obviously an element of that is going to be within you. It's going to create, if there's people around you that are creating this deception and envy, obviously it's going to manifest within your own mind. Spirit is really saying, like, move past that. Like, you can't control everything, and you can only control you. So something popping into my mind here is you can only control you. You can't control the other people's reactions to you. So, for an example, let's say, this is just like a very general, but it applies to everybody. Okay, let's say you're creating a lot of noise, you're banging stuff around, you're whatever, and maybe someone else is trying, let's say, to sleep. And then so they get woken up because you're banging stuff around for no apparent reason while they're trying to sleep. So they come angry because you woke them up, you startled them, whatever. Accept your response, your part in the matter. You can't control how they respond to you, but you can control yourself. So you can control not doing that to get that response in the first place. Do you see? So instead of creating the situation that creates others to respond a certain way, don't create that situation in the first place. Do you see? So take an element of control back within yourself by controlling you. Okay? Okay, so time for a love fest is your message from the universe. Actually, everyone is reasonable. They just have their own reasons, and usually it's worth trying to learn what they are to maximize chances of full-blown 60s style psychedelic love fest, which is always a good thing. So yeah, that kind of flows with what I just said, right? Like, you need to take responsibility of your own actions. So if you don't want someone to react a certain way towards you, don't do things to make them react, right? And then understand that what's reasonable and what's not reasonable, and own your part in the situation, and get outside that envy and jealousy and deception. That is created in your own mind due to your external environment, if that makes sense. All right, so that is pile 2. All right, pile 2. I will clean the cards, and then we will move on to pile 3. All right. Okay, so excuse me. Alrighty, where did these ones go? Oh my god, those go there. Those go there. Alright. All right, calling in pile 3. Spirit guides and angels, please. What messages do you have for them today? 2 and 3. All right, perfect. All right. Okay. So, pile 3, what do you guys got going on? Let's see what pile 3 has going on. Use this. All right, pile 3. All right, pile 3. All right, so in your past, you have the awakening upside down. Okay, the awakening card upside down. In your current energy, you have the King of Air. Okay, and then moving forward, though, you have the Seven of Earth upside down. Upside down. All right, let's get more on that because, okay, so in your past, let's see what else we got rolling here in your past. Okay, and in your now, in your past, in your now. All right, you know. All right, so in your first position, okay, so in your first position, you have the Awakening card. It came in the reverse. So I do feel that there, in your recent past, there was an element of something that you took a chance on. I want to say you took a chance outside yourself. So it was maybe a leap of faith that was sort of selfless. Like you did it not for you, you did it for someone else. Okay? And you did it to create a new beginning for someone else, or maybe perhaps this is for yourself. You were hoping that this would create balance for you. Maybe you were in a reflective period with this. It took courage and it took willpower, okay? For whatever this was. It does feel like there was an element here of you falling. You feel like you're falling. Okay? And it was over choices. Perhaps it was about emotions. It was about maybe procrastination. You were procrastinating for a while about moving forward, making the choice. It's almost like you gained insight. Yeah. And then you have the Seven of Fire upside down. So there's an element of something you're very passionate around, that maybe you were determined to accomplish. a goal of some sort. But with the procrastination and the resistance standing out to me, it feels like there was a decision that you procrastinated about. You were very much in your feels, and you created a lot of resistance to this. And this does have to do with, I want to say for some of you, about spiritually rising. Okay, for some of you. It won't be all of you, but I almost feel like it is for a lot of you. Okay. King of Air. So bossing up. And air is all about your mental energy. So right now you're bossing up in your mental mind about something. You're gaining more respect, you're gaining more knowledge. Yeah, you're sitting in this energy right now because of the past. Okay? You have the Ace of Air, so I do feel, or sorry, Ace of Water. So I feel this is an emotional card. So I feel like something right now has really hit your heart. You followed your intuition about something. It hit your heart a little bit. You gained knowledge about it. You've bossed up. However, this has put you in your emotions. And this is involving or revolving around your relationships, your partnerships, and just bringing new beginnings about these things. Okay, you're moving. You've made a choice, to move towards something new, to master something new, based on the insight that you gained in the past. Okay. I do feel like there is success here for you. You're moving towards success, but Spirit is saying you really need to continue with your willpower to do and your strength to do so. Keep moving forward. Okay, let me get a few cards of maybe how you're feeling, why you don't want to move forward, or what's affecting you right now. What are your feelings right now that may be stopping you from moving forward or creating this resistance? Irreplaceable. So something you have lost is creating this feeling. And you're sabotaging yourself by feeling these things are irreplaceable. However, there's something right now that you need to reveal. And it feels like this all feels very spiritual. All of this feels like it's something to do with your spirituality that you need to reveal to the world, okay? There's an element that you regret not following your intuition more. Like it feels, but it also feels like, it almost feels like there's those around you that kind of regret listening to you. You need to commit to your spiritual growth. You need to make a decision to master this insight and inner awareness that you have, because it will bring successes to you. But you need to make a commitment first, okay? And then it is going to bring you into this Seven of Earth. This success around your material growth, around your structures, around your safety, around your everyday. But you also, there's an element here that you need patience with this, because it feels like you want it right now, but there's an element that it feels like, because you want it right now, instead of just enjoying the journey, it feels like you're putting a block in your own way. Okay, so let's get a surrender card. What do you need to surrender? Then we'll get a message from the universe. Okay, what do you need to surrender? You need to surrender to negative thinking. Okay, you have control over your thoughts. When negative thoughts surface, say thank you for sharing and quickly refocus on positive affirmations. You need to focus more on the positive things in your life, what you do have, how far you've come, things like that. And more will come if you do that. But if you continue to focus on the negative and resist, yeah, you're gonna stay kind of stuck, I feel like. Okay, and let's get message from the universe. Okay, so your message is karma is on your side. If you could read all the minds that I read, hear all the prayers that I hear, and best of all, the hearts that I beat, I wonder if you'd even believe how often you're thought of, talked about, and fallen in love with. It's payback time, the universe. So it feels like there is an element here. It feels like you're very spiritual. You know a lot. You have been following your intuition. You've been trying to lead. You've been trying to teach. You've been trying to master it. It feels like, though, you've also fought a lot of challenges, a lot of people trying to put blocks in your way. You almost feel like you're traveling backwards, but you're not. You're actually traveling forward. You do feel like you're constantly being attacked. However, what the universe is trying to say is you will get the karma back that you put out. So if you were putting out good things, then good things will come back to you times 10. If you were putting out bad things, then bad things will come back to you times 10. However, with that, know that everything happens for you, not to you. So sometimes you never did anything wrong. Bad stuff just happens to you because you're supposed to experience it to teach others. And so for those of you that I'm connecting with, that I'm talking with, know that you never did anything wrong. You're supposed to continue with your willpower to have victory. And you have to have patience, and you can't give up. Okay, is what this is saying, because you will get your good karma. And all those people that were trying to overwhelm you and create resistance and things like that, they're gonna get their karma. Okay, but you have to remain committed. Don't worry about revealing who you really are. You are replaceable. You are replaceable. The things maybe that are falling away from you right now, they're not irreplaceable. So you don't need regret over these things, is what Spirit is saying. Because karma is on your side. But you have to surrender to this negative thinking. Okay? Alright. So, that, I will leave it there for pile 3. Very good reading. So, hope you enjoyed. And keep happy, healthy, and safe.